The rising tensions with North Korea are reviving memories for many of the Cold War. And here in Houston, there are still remnants of that nuclear age. Adam Bennett is live with the fallout shelters hidden in plain sight. Adam?
Hey, Mia. Well, just like many of us know where our closest post office is, back in the 60s, many people knew where the closest emergency shelter was. Or in the case of the old post office here on Franklin Street downtown, they were one and the same, one of hundreds of fallout shelters that city officials say were spread across Houston during the height of the Cold War. If you grew up in America in the 1950s or 60s, seeing these public service announcements on your TV was simply a fact of life. Because the threat of this was too.
In fact, this room we're standing in right now was designated as a fallout shelter as well.
In fact, Michael Walter of Houston's Office of Emergency Management says City Hall's basement was just one of hundreds across the city converted into fallout shelters you see here on this downtown map from 1968 that Walter pulled from city archives.
It was places you went all the time. The old Foley's building downtown, Houston's First Baptist Church when it was downtown.
Walter says they were marked with this distinctive logo so Houstonians could easily find the nearest shelter if unexpectedly faced with a life or death situation. And every year, he says the Houston Post published a complete list so everyone would have a copy.
And they would install devices and they would have food and water ready to go in the event that there was fallout from a nuclear disaster here in the city.
Walter says all those shelters are now decommissioned. The former doomsday bunker here at City Hall now holds offices, and the warning sirens once on the roof have been taken down. But a quick search on the internet,
when you get down here to the end, there's sort of a place where you can see.
And you can still see some of those spaces are still around. The same types of places Walter says the OEM still recommends you go to during many types of emergencies.
Some of the same things that they said then are things that we still say today, which is find an interior place, seal yourself off. That works for radiological emergencies, but chemical emergencies too.
The same advice from 50 years ago.
There's a flash, duck, and cover, and do it fast.
Even if how we communicate it has changed. And Walter says surrounding cities like Pasadena and Katy also had plans of their own. Now these days, he says Houston has what's called an all hazards plan. Basically, they know that they're ready and have the resources for any kind of man-made, natural, or technological situation, and that they're able to reach out to other levels of government for help if they need to. Mia?
That was one kind of flashback Friday for sure. Thanks so much, Adam.